A good Saturday morning, everybody. It's sunny out right now. They still having our afternoon thunderstorms, typical Florida weather. Welcome to Lucky Dog Coffee Chat. Sue's here. Say hi,
Morning.
Sue. Morning, Sue. And Abby and Cassie's here. And Cuckoo Chicken's up there. I'm gonna let Cuckoo Chicken stay up there this morning. She's being nice and quiet. Cassie loves Cuckoo Chicken. Good morning, Ron. How you doing up there this morning? Hey Google, good morning.
Hi, Lucky Dog. It is 8 a.m. Currently in DeLand it's 72 and mostly sunny. Today, there'll be scattered thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 88 and a low of 71. Have a good one.
You know, I changed the voice on Google Home now. You can choose different voices. And I kind of like this one. I don't know if Sue likes this one as well.
It's okay. I can tell the difference. I like the other one better. But
She has a little accent. She kind of sounds like she's from the South.
I know the stuff, but it's almost like you're talking with your teeth clenched. Good morning, Google. How are you?
Hey Google, tell me a joke.
Why is Peter Pan always flying? Because he can never land.
Never land. So I never tell Sandy hi. I should say hi, Sandy. How rude I am. See, I'm old. See, I don't think of shit because I'm old. You know. Anyway, so Ron's here, and I think sometimes Sandy listens in. So we'll see. We're this morning decided not even go out to the flying field. It's just been a mess out there, and they were going to have a picnic, then they canceled it, and then they said they'd have hot dogs, and I don't feel that great. So stay home. So that's a lot of it. You just don't feel so good anymore. And speaking of not feeling good, it's like, you know, finally old enough to do anything I want, too tired to actually do it. You know, you're retired, you have the time, you don't have no money, and now you don't feel like you did when you was. It would be nice if you could feel like you were in your 20s and be retired, you know, because just feel like crap. I mean, yesterday.
My saying was always. My saying was always, I have the energy to do stuff, but not the money. And then as you got older, you had the money, but not the energy.
I still don't have the money.
I've never had energy.
I've never had the money, so I have no energy.
Or the time.
I have time. I got a lot of time. Everybody has the same amount of time, you know. So I don't have time. Yeah, you do. You have enough time for everything, just whatever you make time for. So yeah, I see Ron said Sandy does watch, so I'm glad she does. I used to like to pick on Sandy all the time. I haven't picked on her for a long time. That was the fun part. I was just picking on Sandy. So, but yeah, that's true. It's like you think of all this good stuff that you can do when you're retired, but it's just you don't have energy. You don't have. Yesterday, I mean, I got up in the morning. I felt good, and by 10 o'clock, I had this massive. Basically, it was a migraine headache all day long. You know, and you didn't want to do nothing, you know. And it seems like most days are that way. Something is not right. So, anyways, hey, NASCAR's in town, and the races over there. This was NASCAR back in the 50s, and they had this Hornet down here at the junkyard just before you get to the speedway. They used to have one of those. It was kind of cut in half, and it was up on the side of the building, the fabulous Hudson Hornet. And I always thought that was so cool, but they took it down. It's been years ago, but they took it down. It's just like NASCAR. NASCAR is not worth a crap. I was looking. They had Dale Earnhardt here on TV this morning. He's going to be announcing the race here tonight if it doesn't rain. and they were saying how NASCAR, the attendance at the tracks are down, the viewers are down because NASCAR sucks. You know, that's what it is. It's not like the old day. It's a freaking football game now, and anybody knows me knows I hate football. And the more they make NASCAR seem like football, the more I hate it. And Ron says she's not watching this morning. She's making her breakfast. Okay, hope she has something good. So yeah, anyway, NASCAR just, I used to always, if I was home, I'd watch NASCAR. I don't even care if I turn it on. You know, it's just, for one, I was talking to Sue about that this morning, there's not hardly any drivers I give a crap about anymore. You know, at one point, you know, Jeff Gordon was always my driver, you know, and I always watched him, wanted him to win, and then towards the end, he didn't win anymore, and so, you know, when he retired, I picked out Chase Elliott. I thought, hey, I like Bill Elliott, thought what he's done, you know, he's right up there front, he ain't doing no shit, so, you know, you don't have anybody, you know. Ron said, you think it's going to rain there tonight? Yeah. The weather forecast said the showers will roll in here about 5 o'clock. The race starts at 7. Usually the showers been going recently. They've been lasting a couple hours, you know. And so 5, that's 7 o'clock before they start down. If they race, it's going to be a late start. But according to the weather forecast, our afternoon showers are to roll in about that time. What time did they roll in yesterday? Do you remember, Sue?
No, it was fairly early.
It was, well, but
Noonish?
it was raining. They got delayed over there. They had one race.
I think they were pulling it around noonish because they did have the. I can't remember.
Anyways, I'm thinking that you never know when the weather's going to start, but I was thinking about 3 o'clock it started rumbling yesterday. I really do. I think it was about 3.
Oh, the storm. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And
yeah.
It rumbled. I don't know. It never, after it kind of hung in the storms all the way till dark.
Yeah. On
it, but the main rains quit probably, I'm going to say by 5 o'clock yesterday, because I think they said they were delayed yesterday, but they had a race yet and they seen Chase Elliott's on the pole. I did see that. That doesn't mean nothing. That means at Daytona he could be back in 20th before he gets to turn 1. You know, so it don't mean a thing to being on the pole. They always make big deals of all that. So I don't know. They still using that for points and stuff? I don't know how the points work anymore. That's one of the reasons people aren't interested in NASCAR, is because they've screwed it around so much. I don't even know what the hell they're doing, you know. And then they at the first quarter. What the hell's the first quarter? You won the first quarter. You either win the whole race or you don't. That's stupid, you know. And yet the chase, and then they call the race the playoffs. The playoffs, it's the championship. See, that's why nobody watches NASCAR. You talk about anybody, they'll tell you all the same thing. It's not a race anymore. It's a freaking football game. And so anyways, that's NASCAR. You know, so much. Everybody knows I always tell my opinion, you know. So, and that's my opinion on NASCAR on it.
Wow, it was 108 in LA yesterday.
It was 108 in LA, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that warm here today. I don't think we broke 90, you know. It seems like most days, if we hit 90, it seems like it might just 90, and then the afternoon thunderstorms start and back down again, and a lot of times only in the 70s. So it's not been that hot, you know. I know if you're outside working it is, but it's just not been that hot. So I guess that's a good thing. You know, talk about getting old. You know, I was laying awake. They said that last, and wondering why baby diapers have brand names such as Loves and Huggies and Pampers, while undergarments, or otherwise diapers, for old people are called Depends. Well, here's the lowdown on that whole thing. When babies crap in their pants, people are still going to love them, hug them, and pamper them. When the old people crap in their pants, it depends on who's in the will. I'm gonna straighten mine out, rest in mine. So yeah, it depends on who's in the will if they're gonna love and pamper them and hug them, so it all depends. The older you get, this becomes reality. You know, it's sad to say, but I like the guy with the moonshine and the dog. You know, he fits Lucky Dog. You know, maybe that's me, except I'm sorry, I don't like guns, and I would not have a gun on my shoulders, so I might have some hooch, but anyways, that could be me. You know. Anyways, I thought that was cute, so I thought I would share it with y'all. So, see what's going on. Is anybody else on here this morning? I don't know. Ron?
I don't think
probably
so.
not. So that's just
we'll
us.
say hi to Tammy because she always watches it later.
I know Tammy always watches it. You know,
Denny's probably
Denny's
on.
Denny was having trouble yesterday. Said he couldn't find the chat box on it. I don't know what that's all about. I think maybe he just lost it. Where's the chat box go? I lost my chat box. Well, you know, if you're doing it on your phone or something, I don't know what he's using. But sometimes those things are in different spots.
Yeah, it's hard on your phone.
Yeah, if you're doing it on your mobile, I can find it eventually, but it's like I have to search for it. It's not as convenient on the phone as it is like on the on your computer. It's a much easier way to do it. So, anyways, that's Denny's probably on here. And so, good morning, Denny, or morning, everybody. Anybody that's on here that hasn't said anything yet. See, I don't really know who's on here.
And those who watch later.
Yeah, and those who watch later, because I can't tell who's on here unless somebody just says hi or something. I don't even know that you're on here.
So we know Tammy watches sometimes. Jeff B, Howie Roll. Who else watches sometimes?
Yeah, I think Howie watches most days, you know, on it. In fact, Howie made a comment on yesterday's chats this morning. So, hi Howie. If you're on here, I just want to shout out. Oh, there's Tammy. See, I kind of thought she was on here. You know, just like that, there she is. We wasn't talking about you. We was talking. What was we talking about?
We were talking about.
We were talking about you.
We were just saying.
It wasn't bad. It was good. No, it was all good.
It was all good, Tim.
It was all good.
If anybody asks.
If anybody asks, it was all good. And anyways, you can watch the replay. So can't hide nothing I say on here. I don't try to hide nothing I say on here. So either ways, hey, you remember old car windows? You remember when you had the little wings on it? You remember those? I had like a little vent window. I don't know what year they started taking that out. But if you were a smoker, that's what the smokers. That was actually the smoker's window. You'd crack that little vent and flip your ashes or hold your cigarette out there so you didn't stink up the whole car. But yeah, that's what I always call them, a smoker window. You could flip it around. Tammy says I was late.
I trust you.
I'm glad. Oh man,
boy.
We got her full. She can trust us. Nah, she can trust us. Yeah, Ron said those were nice. Yeah, those winged windows. You could flip them all the way around and blow air right on you. You know, that was kind of. I wonder why did they get rid of those? This is an improvement by getting rid of them. But yeah, those windows are kind of cool. But if anybody knows what year they quit putting those on, you know, Tammy says yes, they were easy to ash your cig out. Yeah, they was, you know. And believe it or not, as much as I hate smoking, I smoked in my 20s. I was smoking. I didn't have any sense, you know. And I remember doing that. You could flip your ash out there, you know. So. But yeah, that's something I wouldn't mind if they brought back. What was the convertible you had in Holmesville? What was the convertible I had in Holmesville? I don't think I ever had a convertible. I had that blue Comet when I lived down there. And I had that blue Comet looked like it should have been a convertible, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't a convertible. I never owned a convertible.
I thought Comet and convertible in the same sentence.
Yeah, I think they did make a Comet convertible. I'm not sure. And I had a Ford, I don't know, I think they just called it a 500, kind of a maroon colored one. And then I had a Comet, a green one, just a green, but I liked the other. I traded that car down at Millersburg, I think almost even, for this It was a sporty version of the Comet. It was blue, and I liked that one, but it wasn't a convertible. So maybe that's the one you're thinking of, because I never really owned a convertible. Actually, I've rode in convertibles. I don't really like convertibles. They're from what I've rode in them. It seems like the sun's just blasting you in the face. Of course, the only time I ever rode in one was here in Florida. I rode in one once, and it was just, and it blows you apart. I just wasn't really crazy about a convertible. You know, they'd be cool to run around town in. Ford Fairlane, yeah, those Fairlane. I had what was my race car? My race car was I think it was a Galaxy 500 but a Fairlane was a good looking car, you know. I liked them. They were really good looking cars. All those older ones are better looking. The new ones all look alike, you know. I mean, they're just kind of bubbled up and round, and they all look alike, you know. I mean, if you look at it, there's a little difference, but not much. There's no real style to new cars nowadays. It's just you know, just a car. You know, it's like I don't get too excited about cars anymore. I like one that works good and that you can drive, you know, you're gonna get back home. So that's pretty much my opinion on a car on it. Sandy thought it was a convertible. No, I didn't. I never really had it. I bet she's thinking of the one that was that blue Comet. I bet you that's the one she's thinking about, that blue Comet. That car looked like it should have been a convertible, you know. Tiny says, I've had a lot of T-tops, but no convertibles. You know, so yeah, I've never
had a convertible. I rode in them, but never.
Yeah, I have rode in them, and I can't say that. To me, a convertible looked the best when the top was down. When it was up, they would call them a rag top. It looked like a rag, you know. And just my opinion, but I think a convertible looks sharp with the top down. Not so. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that was that Comet I had. 64, 65 Comet, probably 65 on it. The reason I wanted it, because it had a V8 and my other one had a 6-cylinder, and of course when you're younger you think you gotta have more power. More power. Yeah, Tammy says, yeah, me too. I just want comfort and the dependability. I want to comfortably go down, and I want people to get off my ass. That's my biggest number one P when I drive down the road. Get off my ass, you know. They talk about people in the left lane, but no, that's not the worst. Get off my ass, you know. No sense. That's rude, you know. So, anyways, hey, you ever been so drunk that you've gotten hit by a parked car? You know. Otherwise, you ran into it. You stumbled down the street and you got hit by a parked car. Ah, shit! A car hit me. I remember one time I was probably that drunk. Me and my buddy Ron, when we were making home brew, we went to a over here in Sanford to it's called the Sunshine Challenge. It's a brew comp. I don't know. Well, it is a competition, and then they have the first night. They have what they call club night. Idiots. Yeah, that's it, Tammy. Idiots. I like that. Idiots are everywhere. But yeah, they had a homebrew competition. Anyways, the first night we got a motel. Me and my buddy Ron, we got a motel because we knew we were going to drink. And well, we got this bright idea. We got there about 4 o'clock. The little event around the pool where they set up all these different craft beers didn't start till 7. And we both like Scotch whiskey. Well, there's a little bar right there, so me and Ron got to. Not this Ron, my friend Ron here in Florida, got the idea that let's go down and get a couple shots of scotch, and so we did that. Well, you know, we were pretty loaded before this thing even started, and then we went to club night. That went on till about 11 o'clock, and drank, you know, beer after beer after beer after beer after beer, and then a bunch of them decided, hey, there's a little place called the Alley downtown that we could walk to, a little bar, and they had a band and stuff, so we walked down there. At that point, I knew people were buying me beer. I didn't have no money, so I knew people were buying me beer because I had a beer in my hand all the time. Time we left that place, it must have been 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and me and Ron walking back, and I guess I fell down at one point. Chipped tooth right there. that's when that happened. I hit the curb. So yeah, a car hit me. That's it. Car hit me. Says, oh boy, my friend was driving and we had each drink a bottle of Mad Dog, and she pulled away from the curb and 5 cars ran into her. Oh my God, I hate that when that happens.
5 parked cars.
5 parked cars ran into her. You know, I hate that when that happens. I had a friend when we were younger. You see, when we was younger in the 20s, we didn't have any brains, you know. Back then, we were idiots, you know. So that's what. But my friend, his name was Jim. He was down in Millersburg. He was drinking and he sideswiped a car, and he was drunk. And so what he did is he left. He hit and run, you know. And then he went back the next day sober and confessed, "Oh, I hit this car." So he fessed up because he would have got a DUI if he reported it then. When he went back, he just got leaving the scene, which was a lesser charge. So he wasn't so stupid, you know. And so he did fess up to it because there was nobody hurt or nothing, you know, just damage. So, but yeah, that was actually. Could you make a smart decision by leaving the scene? Well, sometimes there is a reason, you know, to protect yourself. You know. So, anyways, yeah, we were all idiots. Yeah. You know, that's why I love to make fun of idiots. But at one point, we were all idiots. As we got older, hopefully, we become a little less idiots. That we became a little more mature, thinking things through before we do it. You know, I mean, even drinking, if you make the proper decisions, like, I'm going to be planted right here, I'm not going to harm nobody or get out driving, so you start making better decisions even when you're making dumb decisions. Making better dumb decisions. So that's what you got to do, is make better dumb decisions, you know. And at least he went back. Yeah, he did. He went back and, you know, fessed up to it, you know, and he got his fine for the hit and run, you know, and his insurance paid for car, or maybe he did, probably insurance paid for the car. So, you know, it was a dumb decision, but it was a smart decision. It was a dumb, smart decision. So, I'm sure we've all now made dumb, smart decisions. You try to be wise, and not just a wise guy, but just be wise, you know. Okay, well, that's pretty much what we got going on today. I'm going to hang around. I think we're going to run up to Wally World just for the hell of it. I'm looking for a turkey baster. Now, what would I want a turkey baster for? Well,
you should get 2. One for the turkey, one for
the turkey, and one for the... Yeah, the turkey can share the one with the fish. But anyways, for the fish, we having little babies in our live tank, and they're hard to catch to get them away from so they don't eat them. So you take a little turkey base and you suck the babies up and put them in the little breeder tank. So I want to get a turkey baster, so that's what we're going to do. And the rest of the day, I don't know yet. We haven't decided yet. We'll figure that as it goes along. So, all that. So, glad to see Tammy come on. Ron's on here this morning. Me and Sue, and anyone else. I don't know if Denny's not having trouble chatting or not, but if Denny's on. Morning, Denny. And anyone else is on. So, if you're watching this later on, leave a comment. I said Howie commented yesterday that he enjoyed our chat yesterday, and so leave a comment later on if you're watching later on. If you're not, I'm glad you're here. Tell your friends to come on board and join us. You know, the more we have on here, actually, the better the chat goes, and we have fun just who we are, but love to have groups. So, hey, if you're Ron says I'm going to pack up today because Ron said he was going on a little trip there to see his friend. And Tammy says we are having wonderful cool temperatures there. Good. I see it's been warm up north, so glad it's cooling down for you. So okay, if you're not subscribed, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. We'll be on tomorrow morning, same time, same channel, same station, 8 o'clock. So, oh, she said she needs a jacket. I don't like jacket weather. But that's all right. It's a change for you. So, okay, see everybody tomorrow. Have a good Saturday.